Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel, Monique JoeVonnie, where I tell you real life stories based off of real life events. So, today I'm going to tell you a story about the time I got stalked by a monk. I know that sounds crazy, but I do have a confession to make. Okay, maybe the monk wasn't stalking me. I just kept on bumping into him at least once or twice. Okay, so based on that little confession, we can get right into the story. So, this time, first of all, let me actually tell you the definition of a monk, because later on that's going to be important in this little story. Okay, so according to my notes, my nifty notes right here. Okay, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, monk, a man who separates himself from society and lives either alone, a hermit or a anchorite, I think if I'm pronouncing that right, or in an organized community in order to devote himself full time to religious life. And it says in C monasticism. Okay, so now we can get back to this occurrence. So this time I'm not actually hanging in my apartment as usual. This time I'm actually at the mall. Okay, so I'm chilling at the mall, shopping around. And, everybody's dressed in regular clothes. So I see this guy in this orange robe walking around in sandals. And I'm looking like, okay, that's definitely a monk. And I'm like, what the hell is a monk doing here? Ain't he supposed to be chilling in the mountains or something? Everybody's like totally ignoring him. So I'm like, am I the only one that sees this guy? Okay, so I'm being rude as hell, and I'm staring at him, and finally he gets to noticing that I'm staring at him, so I feel kind of silly, and then we kind of lock eyes, and I'm like, well, shoot, you're in the middle of the mall, and this little monk robe, and I'm just wondering what the heck you doing here. Like I said, ain't you supposed to be in the mountains chilling or something, like meditating, So I try not to be rude anymore and, kind of act like I wasn't staring at him and turn my head real quick. And as I turn my head the other way, then I see this other guy staring at me while I'm staring at the monk. And he's standing, in the mall they have those large pillars that hold up the building, those beams, not pillars, the beams that hold the building. He's leaning in the cut up against the beam. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? A black guy, an African American guy, with dreadlocks. And it was creepy that he was staring at me while I'm staring at the monk. But the thing that stood out to me the most was he had this contraption that I had never seen at the time, because I had to go home and look it up later. What the hell was that? He's kind of like playing in the sand with this little contraption that's on his finger, kind of like tapping his finger or whatever. I don't remember what finger, the middle finger, the pointing finger. I don't know, maybe the ring finger. And he has this contraption on his finger that looked like a claw, like a metal claw. And I'm like, okay, definitely creepier added on to the staring at the monk. And I know it's a monk because I don't want to sound like, how black people say all white people look alike, or white people say all black people look alike. I know his ass was a monk because he was of Asian descent. He had a bald ass head, and like I said, he had on the robe, the garment, and everything, and the little burnt orange. So it definitely was a monk. Okay, so like I said, this guy with dreadlocks was standing in the cut, staring at me, staring at the monk. So I thought that was odd. So I'm looking at this dreadlock guy now. I look back at the monk. The monk done disappeared. Then I turn my head back to the dreadlock guy. Now his ass is gone. So I'm like, you know what? I'm motherfucking leaving. This is fucking weird. I don't know what the hell is going on here. So I get home and I'm still wondering about this dreadlock guy. Not so much the monk, but now the dreadlock guy who had this contraption on his hand. And I look it up, and it is called like a dragon claw. And actually I have that written down too. It's actually a the contraption is called a dragon claw iron elite combat blade. A combat blade. Literally on your finger is a combat blade. And this was around 2008-ish, 9-ish, could be 7. I don't know, but probably was 8 or 9. Yeah. And at the time, I did not know what the hell that was. So I said, what the fuck? Am I in a motherfucking Mortal Kombat movie or some shit? Which brings me to my next point. Now, being in Atlanta, you know, they call it the Black Hollywood. You know, now they call it the Black Hollywood. And I was in Stone Mountain at the time, as you know. So, which is very close, like basically down the street from Atlanta. It took me about 20 minutes to get to school when I used to drive to school. And when I finally moved to Atlanta, there was a couple of times when they did have to shut down Atlanta because like when T.I. was, I don't know if he would produce that movie, but he was shooting a movie or something like that. So they shut down part of Atlanta. So, you know, I'm like, okay, that could have been one thing. And then I lived on Peachtree Street right next to the theater where they had the auditions at for American Idol. So there was a lot of traffic in and out on Peachtree is always busy anyways, because that's like the main street, one of the main streets. So I'm thinking, well, maybe there's some sort of movie going on with auditions, but why the hell would they just be out in their costumes walking around? So if you're really thinking about it, that doesn't make sense either, unless they were just fucking around or some shit like, oh, let's just go to the mall and fuck with people and see their reaction. Maybe that was it, but I thought that was kind of strange. So I'm like, yeah, am I in a motherfucking Mortal Kombat movie or some shit? Niggas with elite knives on their fingers and I don't know. Anyways, so fast forward to another day. So I'm in my little car and I'm driving on the highway. Don't know where I'm going. Who I'm going to see. I don't remember what I was doing. But I'm driving, and you know how you see them people on the side of the road and shit? So I look off to the distance, and I see a car that needed a tow. And then I see this motherfucking monk again. I was like, I see him getting closer. I'm like, is that the same motherfucking monk that was in the mall? So I'm start driving, and I'm thinking, and he's just standing there with his hands behind his back, looking out in traffic, like, with, you know, calm ass look on his face, like he's just waiting for somebody to help him pull over. He's not like begging, like, hey, somebody help me. He's just standing there calmly, hands behind his back, you know, just waiting. And I'm thinking fast again, like, oh shit, is this a test or something? Like, should I stop? Because I just seen him at the mall. We locked eyes. Should I stop? By the time I drove past him, he had already passed. And I'm like, you know, he could have been a crazy person or something. I don't know him from campaign. You know, I'm just like, oh shit. I feel kind of bad leaving that monk out in the when I just seen him. So I got to the next exit, literally the next exit. I got off and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to help. I got off on the next exit and literally it did not take more than like 5 minutes because it wasn't one of those far away exits. It was the next exit coming up where you could just like, it's literally like a U-turn. You just get off and you just loop back around. I get back around and his ass is gone again. So I was kind of baffled, and yeah, tried not to think anything of it, you know, because it's been kind of strange with me living out here in the ATL. So yeah, he was gone. I didn't see no signs of a tow truck, and I knew it was the very same spot, because it's not like you can miss somebody. It's not like you can miss a car on the side of the highway. Okay, only so much miles between that exit that I got off on. But anyways, Monk, now you know what you done did. You done played a disappearing act on me, not once, but twice, and you've got some explaining to do. Hey YouTube, if you liked the video that I just showed you, or you have some information on monks who are supposed to be out living in the mountains, meditating or some shit, not supposed to be attached to materialistic things like cars and I don't know, other things, just being with nature or some shit, I don't know. Leave a comment, let me know, because I'm so confused, even about this elite knife that you'll find in the Mortal Kombat movie or some strange shit like that. If you have any comments, leave me, leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, Monique JoeVonnie. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up. And, Monk, holla at me.